Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation of the Mitten by Jan Brett. Please note the location of the nearest sector and silence your cell phones. Enjoy the show!
Once there was a boy named Nicky who lived in New York and with his grandmother Baba. Baba would knit him sweaters, socks, and other clothing. One day, Nicky asked Baba to make him brand new mittens.
Baba, I would like a new pair of mittens for when I play outside in the cold. Can you please make me a pair as white as the snow?
Of course, Baba was happy to make Nicky a pair of mittens, but she did not think that white was a good choice of color. She was afraid that Nicky would lose them in the snow and never be able to find them again.
Oh, Nicky, I would love to make you a new pair, but don't you think that red might be a better color for mittens? Red mittens won't blend in with the snow if you drop them on the ground by accident.
Oh, Baba, please make them white. I promise not to lose them.
All right, Nicky, I'll make you white mittens, but when you return from playing outside, first I will check to make sure you are safe and sound, then I will check to make sure you still have both your mittens.
Baba agreed to make Nicky his white mittens. When she had finished knitting them, she handed them to him and warned him.
Now remember what I said, Nicky. Don't lose these mittens. I will check to see if you still have them when you get home or if you have lost them like I said you would.
Thank you, Baba. I won't lose them.
Off Nicky went to play in the snow. He started exploring, running around, and climbing trees. It wasn't long until Nicky had dropped one of his snow white mittens without even realizing he had left it behind.
It was very cold outside, and the snow had begun to fall. Soon a mole came by the mitten.
Wow, I'm so tired from tumbling along all day. That mitten looks like a perfect place for me to rest for a while and get some shelter from the cold. So the mole bubbled inside and felt content. I was right. This mitten is warm and cozy, and it's just the right size for me. I think I might take a little nap.
As the mole was just drifting off to sleep, a snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped hopping for a moment to admire his shiny white coat.
Wow, my new winter coat is so beautiful. I just love the way it makes me look. Hey, wait, what's that over there?
Just then the rabbit caught sight of the snow-white mitten with the sleeping mole inside. Seeing how it matched its coat so well, he decided that he wanted to get inside too.
That mitten will look so much better with me than that mole because it clearly matches my coat. Hey, mole, move over. I'm coming in too.
Huh? What? Oh, I don't think there's enough room for the both of us in here. Besides, I was here first.
Well, I think it looks like it was meant for me. And have I shown you my big kicking feet?
The bull was afraid of the rabbit's big kickers, so he decided to move over so that the rabbit could fit in the mitten. The mitten began to stretch a bit, but soon they were both quite comfy. As the mole and rabbit were just dozing off, a hedgehog came scuffling along. The snow was coming down a bit harder now, and the hedgehog was looking for shelter. When he spotted the mitten, he decided it would be just the perfect spot to warm up.
Hey, mole. Hey, rabbit. Wake up. I've spent the day looking under the wet leaves for things to eat. Now I'm wet and tired.
And that mitten looks dry and warm. Make some room for me. Are you crazy? There's no way we can all fit in here.
Well, I don't think there would be room in here for you too, but we both fit. Besides, have you seen how sharp his speckles are?
He's right. You just have to move to the bottom. And I wouldn't argue with me if I were you. Not wanting to argue with someone covered with prickles, the mole and the rabbit made some room. But they made quite a noise moving over because they kept getting pricked by the hedgehog. Ouch.
Ouch! Be careful where you move, hedgehog. An owl, hearing the cries, came over to investigate.
What is all this commotion about?
It's Hedgehog's fault. He insisted that he could fit into this mitten with us, but can't you see how he's stretching it out?
Well, it's quite cold out here, and the snow is making it hard for me to see when I fly. I would not mind getting in there myself.
No way! If they thought it was getting stretched when I came here, no way you could fit too.
Nonsense. I'm not too big. Now, come on. Now, move over.
As the owl said this, he held up his tongue to examine them. Not wanting to argue with someone who had such big, scary tones, the mole, rabbit, and hedgehog quickly made room for the owl. Not long after, a badger appeared out of the snow, wanting to get out of the cold. The badger immediately began trying to dig his way into the mitten.
Who do you think you are? There's clearly no room left in this mitten for you. It's stretched as far as it will go.
Oh, excuse me, but I think that there is room for me there in the thumb of the mitten. No one is in it yet. Well, if you think you will actually have enough room in there, then go right ahead. But I don't know if you will actually fit. Oh, I think my diggers will help me manage to get my way in.
As the badger got closer to the mitten, the other animals noticed his powerful diggers. Not wanting to argue with someone with such powerful diggers, they quickly agreed to give up the room in the thumb. The snow started falling faster, and the animals inside the mitten felt warm and toasty.
They were all very pleased with their decision to stop for shelter. In fact, they were so snug that warm steam started to rise up in the air around the mitten.
At that moment, a fox trotted by. The sight of the steam rising from the mitten caught his attention, and he decided to investigate.
What's going on in here? Oh, look, everybody seems so cozy. I like to be cozy too. Move over a bit, please. I need a break from this bitter cold. We would move over if we could, but I took the last free spot in the mitten. There's just not enough room for you too. But I've been walking all day long and I'm completely exhausted and I just need to relax my eyes for a bit. I don't think I can make it all the way to my home. Please, may I join you?" As the fox pleaded with the other animals, he gave a little smile. When the mole, rabbit, hedgehog, and badger saw the fox's shiny teeth, they decided that there was some more room after all. They did not want to upset someone with such sharp teeth.
As the fox slid himself inside, the mitten began to stretch even wider. Soon a great big bear lumbered by. He saw the mitten all plumped up with the other animals in it together. He didn't want to be the only one left out.
Hey friends, let me in. I want to snuggle and be warm with everyone too.
"Oh, sorry, Bear. I just don't think there's room for you in here. This mitten is stretched out as far as it can go."
Oh, it's not fair. I always get left out just because I'm a bit bigger than the other animals. No one ever wants to play with me.
As the bear started to tear up, he lifted his paws to his eyes, showing off his sharp claws. When the other animals saw just how sharp they were, they decided to try to make some room. Besides, what animal would want to upset a bear?
"Oh, don't cry, Bear. Look, they're scooching over inside the mitten to make room for you. Why don't you start trying to paw your way inside?"
The bear began to back his way into the mitten. The mitten swelled and stretched too many times its size, but Papa's good mane held. After all the animals were comfortably huddled together inside the mitten, along came a mouse. She was no bigger than an acorn, and she was shivering from the cold.
"Oh, please, surely you have room in there for just a tiny mouse like me. My toes are frozen from the cold, and I don't think I will make it back to my nest tonight."
All the animals already in the mitten looked at the mouse and just rolled their eyes. The bear looked at the fox looked at the badger, and the badger looked at the owl. Then the owl looked at the hedgehog. The hedgehog looked at the rabbit, and the rabbit looked at the mole. Then they all let out a heavy sigh.
I suppose you could fit as long as you don't mind sitting on top of my nose.
"Oh, that would be fine with me. I just need to get out of this cold weather." The mouse wiggled into the one space left, and she made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Now the mouse whiskers started to tickle the bear's nose.
Hee hee, ew, that tickles.
Suddenly, the bear felt the urge to let out an enormous sneeze.
Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, choo.
The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and sent the animals scattering in all directions.
Just then, Nicky was on his way home. He spotted his white mitten up in the air.
Gotcha. Thank goodness I found you. Papa would not be happy with me if I've lost one of my new mittens already.
Happily, Nicky ran home and took his hat, coat, and mittens off. He hurried to sit by the fire and warm up. As Nicky was telling her about his adventures, Baba rushed over to check to see if he still had both of his new snow white mittens. She held up Nicky's very stretched mitten, and with a puzzled look on her face, she called,
Nikki, could you please explain something to me?
Thank you for being a great audience. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of The Mitten by Jam Bread.
Have a wonderful day and a happy holiday.
Oh my goodness. You guys